Good morning. It's Saturday morning, the day before Mother's Day, and I am shortly going to go pick up my mother to come and spend a little short weekend with us so that we can celebrate Mother's Day here. But first I want to put a little video out in the world of the 3 cards that we made at my stamp club. So I am Dee Tollickson. I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator here in the Chicago suburbs. I run this fun stamp club. It's been going on for so many years now, and the ladies come on the first Wednesday of the month. They get to make 3 cards. They place a little order, and then once a season, they get to be the host, and they earn hostess benefits. So they get a $50 shopping spree, and they get to choose whatever they want from the catalog, and and they get to make 3 cards every month. So it's kind of fun. We love the friendships that we've made and the card stash and the card supplies that we've accumulated. So I'm going to turn the camera around and let you see the 3 cards that we made this month, and then we're going to see how we assembled them. So hold on. Good morning, Tyler. Hi, Denise. I'm glad to see you guys are here. I'm hoping that this video is going live so that I can see it also, but let's see. How can I find this? So everybody got big plans for Mother's Day? Here we go. Okay, now my volume has to be turned off so that you don't get an echo in your life. There we go. All right, so I'm going to turn the camera. Buckle up. Here we go. Trying to think which way I want to go. This way, but then I have to hit that so that you don't have to see my ceiling fan. It's optional. And try to get you a good image of what I'm working on. Okay, so there's the 3 cards. Good. Everybody likes the birthday cards, and I always like to throw in something different, you know, not all birthday or not all really girly cards, but this month they looked a little springy, right? With a few flowers happening here, but I think that's okay. So I think we'll start with this one that has this gorgeous designer series paper. It comes from the Simply Elegant Specialty Designer Series paper. If you're not aware, Stampin' Up's new catalog just came out and went live on Tuesday, and we had Stamp Club on Wednesday. So we used a ton of new products and a couple fan favorites from years past, but mostly new things. So let's start with this beautiful paper here. And what I did was I stamped this flower. Let's see, I like to tell you, I think this one is from hand penned. Nope. I don't know where that flower came from now. I don't know. All right. This beautiful flower. Here it is, Elegantly Said. Elegantly Said, which is a new stamp set and is just fantastic. So we used the flower, we used the sentiment that says wishing you a wonderful birthday, and we used this little bit of lace over here. So first I stamped the flower, and then I fussy cut the flower, and I'm telling you, it takes 2 seconds, and the reason is because we're going to be putting it, as you can see, onto a white background. So that white just fades away. You can't see that I've just kind of zipped the scissors around it because it's on a white background. So you don't have to be, it's called fussy cutting, but you don't have to be too fussy. All right. The next thing that we did is we got out our stamp apparatus. I'm hoping that you own this. It's a wonderful tool that makes your life, if you think about it ahead of time, it'll make your card making so much easier. So what I did was I put a piece of grid paper in here. I lined up my card just against this edge, and then I figured out where I wanted there's Marky, hi Mark. Figured out where I wanted this piece of lace to go and made it super straight. So I kept stamping it onto the grid paper to make sure that I was getting it on here nice and straight, about 1.5 inches from the edge of my card. Then I put my piece of paper, my cardstock in, and I did have to adjust it a few times to get it exactly where I wanted it. But then there were, 15 people coming to use it, and they were each going to use it twice, so the work was worth it to get it perfect. And then once you have it in there exactly where you want it, you just leave it there. Stamp your front of your card. Then I spun the cardstock and did it again. Is that making you shake? Sorry. And this is Smoky Slate ink, which is one of my favorites. It's not black, but it's not a color, right? It's still such a neutral that it's beautiful, but it's not black. Okay. So now I have like a band across the front of my card. I'm going to put my sentiment on next because I still could flip this over and re-stamp it if I'm not thrilled with the way that my sentiment falls on the card. But I can see there's a nice straight line across the top of the sentiment. So when I line it up over here, I just need to get that line kind of straight. Let it sit on your card for, count of 3, and there it is. Good for me. All right, I'm done with that ink. Putting that away. Well, out of sight anyway, out of sight. Then I can find my pieces. All right, when I went to make this, gather my supplies this morning, there wasn't a piece of crumb cake set aside for me. So I have this piece, which I think is cinnamon cider, and kind of goes with the coppery color of the designer series paper. So now it's time for a lot of gluing, adhering, and use whatever adhesive is easiest for you. So for this card, it's going to be almost all tape runner. So we had to cover our plants last night. It got a little bit chilly. We had a frost warning. And we do have it's Mother's Day weekend. I mean, we have a couple of things a plant that I got for Easter, and a couple of pots that my husband picked up for us of flowers when he was hitting the hardware store. So I'm hoping this is it now. Mother's Day comes and we're supposed to be able to plant. Not that I'm a big gardener, but I want the warm weather. I just want to be able to open a window, listen to the birds. Okay. And this flower, I put some dimensionals on the back of it, so that's my other adhesive on this card. It was nice this month, Stamp Club. We had quite a few people who have been vaccinated and feel comfortable getting out and mixing and mingling. And I have from 1 o'clock till 7 o'clock. You can drop in whenever you want, and that allows people to come when there's just 1 or 2 or 3 people here in the room, and not have too many people. But it was a little chilly to have the windows open, so I don't think we were quite 100% compliant, maybe, I guess I want to say, but it was nice. It was a beautiful day, and we all get to see our friends. It's very uplifting, like when you can get together with your friends, or people anyway, that are your stamping friends. All right, so I'm going to start on the second card. which involves some beautiful vellum. This is new in the new catalog, and it is coordinates with the new in colors. So all 5 new in colors have vellum in this packet, and it sparkles. I don't know, I'm gonna just flex it here so that maybe you can see the sparkle. And I've used the in color designer series paper and in color cardstock, so it all coordinates, and in colored ribbon. So some people got this nice, you know, I haven't learned the names of the colors yet, of course. So some people got this color. Let's see, what is this? This is pale papaya, and some people got fresh freesia. So we had 2 colors that you randomly are given your color, and supplies. So here's the supplies for this. And it was a lot of assembly and then punching. And for the flowers, they come from the Sweet Strawberry stamp set. So you can see a little sample of a card that is from the Sweet Strawberry set that doesn't have any strawberries on it. Well, maybe because these are little strawberry blossoms, but then you can use the strawberry punch to punch your flowers out. And that was making our table shake the whole day. So that was kind of fun, but it's all right. Okay, I'm going to go down here and I'm going to get my bin of the markers that we used this week and just give a couple of the flowers some color. So I have not ordered the matching markers yet. So light Calypso Coral and dark Calypso Coral I'm going to use, and blue. I think that's all that I'm going to use. And this blue is Seaside Spray. So I'm just going to throw a little color down on a couple of these to show you how I do it. This is what I do. So I typically do this before I cut them out. Ooh, the tip on there is just a little mushy. I'll tell you, when we first got these markers, one of the things that we loved to do was to get out our rhinestones and color our rhinestones. Well, after you color a few rhinestones, you realize that it kind of wrecks the tip of your marker. So if you're going to color rhinestones, I don't want to discourage you from doing it. I just want to tell you to not use the brush tip, but only use the narrow tip. I don't know what this end is called. And be gentle. Don't hurt your markers like I did. So I'm just putting a little tip of color on each one. I'm giving the centers, ooch, a little darker color, and then a little bit here. So there are my melon colored ones. And I punched them out ahead of time because it's just so crazy raucous. This one looks like it's coming out of the marker. It sticks out far. Doo-doo-doo. All right, I don't mind coloring, but I'm not like that detail oriented that I have to fussy color. So sometimes there's a little bit of white left over and that doesn't bother me. Sometimes they go outside the lines. Oh, I did the dark color first. Whoops. Let's see what we're going to get here when we add in the light color. Okay. There we go. So now it's assembly. So we're going to put our cardstock panel. Ooh, the little extra ink has been dragged through an ink pad. Always good to put that on the back. Line her up. So if you have not received the new catalog and you want one, please leave me a comment or send me a DM and I will help you get a hold of one, because I want you to be able to shop. There's no reason to have to fool around on the internet to get your catalog or to look at the catalog. I will send you one or hand you one. I'd prefer to hand you one, have a little chit chat. All right, so what I'm doing next is I'm not adhering this because it's vellum and any adhesive is going to show through. So I'm putting my sentiment onto the vellum. And then I'm going to put my flowers, figure out where I want them. And then after my flowers are all adhered, I'll go back and put adhesive or glue or whatever adhesive you want on the back of my card, on the back of the vellum, so that it stays and isn't visible. It's just a little trick because it's only distracting to us. Typically, the people that we're giving the card to don't even recognize that they see adhesive, but it bothers the card maker. So this is my trick. All right, so now all of my little flowers are on there quite randomly. So now I can flip this over. I can put glue behind this. I can put glue here and here and here. This is definitely going to hold it down. It's not coming off of the card. But I don't want this corner and this corner to flip-flap around as you're handling the card. So I'm going to put a little glue there, and I promise when it dries, you won't be able to see it. You cannot see it on my sample card. It's totally invisible. All right. One more step. And I can see on my card, oh, there it is. There's a little something. Oh, I thought it was stuck, that it was ink on my card, but it's just a little dab of some dried crud floating around, so I can wipe it off. But if it didn't want to wipe off, I would have put my ribbon right on top of it. But crisis averted. All right, here they are. I'm using a glue dot because that's the best way to hold a little piece of ribbon on your card. I've just tied one little knot in the short piece of ribbon, stuck it to the glue dot. Now I'll stick it on my card. You can go back and trim it, make it a little shorter. It really needs to be much shorter, I think. But you do you. So that's our second card done. Okay, right now I can still see that glue, but it's going to dry clear, I promise. We're going to move on to card number 3. And I did another step ahead of time before we started. I heat embossed the sentiment onto this little skinny strip of black. So that is done for us. We're using a black card base. So you probably will need to make a little piece of white to go inside there, or use your silver marker or a white pen to put your message in there. Then I have a piece of crumb cake and a piece of white cardstock, and I'm going to just dig around under my desk here and get a piece of scrap paper out, because I'm going to stamp beyond the shape of the card. Okay, so I have this stamp is from Hand Penned, which has some really beautiful line art, flowers, and nice sentiments, and then 2-step stamping. So you have these pieces that can go right over the other the line art and fill in your color for you if you don't want to color. And it does have a coordinating matching set of dies, so you can cut them out. They're beautiful. We didn't do that this month. We did this kind of faux mirror image. It was fun to watch. Everybody tried to do the mirror image. It's not mirror image at all. So I've just stamped it once, inked it, and I'm going to fill this from the left. I'm going to fill my white panel from top to edge, so I can see the edge of the flowers up there, and they go off down here. I'm going to ink it up again. And then I'm flipping the stamp. So here's my big leaf and little leaf, and now I'm flipping it. So the little leaf is here and the big leaf is there. And that lets me snuggle it in here and tightly fill the whole panel. Does that make sense? So there's the white. Let's do it again on the crumb cake, same exact thing. I'm putting, yes, the big leaf at the edge of the card, and this flower is on the card, and these flowers go off of the piece of cardstock. Ink it up one more time. You can ink your fingers if you want, that's optional. And then I'm flipping this, right? So here's the big leaf on this image, and here's the big leaf here. And then I'm going to tuck this little leaf in to fill this whole panel. Voila. Okay. Set this one aside. I'm going to put some quick color on here. Oh, hi, Marky. Are you checking my markers for me? So I did some yellow and some blue. Beba, little dog, checking my work. Oh, I did green for the leaves. So blue flowers. I did the little flowers in blue and the big flowers in yellow. This, of course, makes absolutely no difference because these colors are not in the cardstock or on the card anywhere else. So do whatever you want. All right, we talked about catalogs. There are two specials going on, so if you are interested in having a workshop, oh, that's the tip of that is definitely correct. Workshops, if you have a workshop right now, you can have a live in-person, oh boy, I got a big flower there, I need a lot of yellow. I'm gonna have to use that smooshed up tip. Okay, if you have a workshop, there is a bonus right now, so when your party, I think it's like $250. I don't think it's very high amount of money. If you get a party that goes over a certain threshold, you get an extra $25 in hostess benefits, which means you get to pick an extra $25 of free product. So it starts off at 10%. So at $250, you would be getting $25 of free product, and then the bonus 25, so you'd be doubling yourself at that point, which is a pretty sweet deal. You also, as a hostess, get to select from the hostess products, which this year there's a couple of really nice stamp sets and a big designer series paper packet, so that's fun. Okay, I'm gonna throw some green on these leaves. So you can do an online workshop on Facebook, you can do it just email, you can do it in person, or any mix thereof, or if you just have a giant order, you can put it in as one, just you, and you get all the benefits for yourself. If you do an in-person workshop, everybody gets to make some cards, which is the whole point, the fun. And the other big thing that's happening right now is that the sign up, the demonstrator kit right now is got a $30 bonus, $155. You get $155 of product for $99. It's a great deal. You don't have to want to be a business person or have your own stamp clubs like I have, but you can. Or you could just buy the kit, get the $155 of product for $99 and free shipping, and have a blast using all of your Stampin' Up! Supplies to make cards and scrapbook pages and gifts and all of that. So if you need more information on that, just give me a little message and I will fill you in. Okay, so I'm just going to use a big hunk of dimensional edges here to hold up my sentiment. And okay, I will tell you, on my sample there is gold splatter, and it really needs the gold splatter. I think I'm going to do it. I think I'm just going to show you how I did it. Here we go. I'm getting a bin because I don't really want gold splatter everywhere. So you like my bin that's full of gold splatter? There's that and this. So at class we watered it down, but I don't have any water on my desk. So we're going to go full strength and see what happens. So this is retired. This is, if you have this in your drawer, it's the shimmer paint, and this is the gold shimmer paint. You could do this with your white re-inker, any kind of paint that you've got handy. This is a fun use for it. All right, so I've put it on the edge, toward the edge of my block here. Put my paintbrush in there, and then I'm going to just like splatter. Splatter, splatter. And it just puts another layer of dimension and color, and in this case, glam and bling, because it's gold. It's even called Vegas gold, so there you go. All right, now this card is not usable for about a day while we let that dry. And let's see, I'm going to just go back to my sample. I've got to put this someplace. Say goodbye. There it is, drying, drying, drying. And we'll go back to the sample. So then you would put your sentiment on there, which I don't know, I think I even lost the sentiment that I had out to put on there. Okay, so 3 fun cards for May of 2021. There's a bonus for hostesses if you have a workshop or you put in a big order, and there is a bonus if you buy the kit and sign up to be a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. Leave me a comment if you're interested. Let's see. No questions. No one has posted any questions. So I'm going to wish you a happy Mother's Day, whether you are a mother or you have a mother. I think you've all got a mother, so celebrate with her and enjoy your day tomorrow. And we'll see you soon here on Facebook.